Hello, oh fuck. So I've been wanting to start this series and it's been on my mind for a while and I'm finally coming around to doing it. I'm planning on the first of every month to talk about some of the things that I was really enjoying in the past month of my life and how I sort of celebrated the seasons and the months, and some cute little ideas or extra ways I was romanticizing life or what I've been thinking about. And for this series, I didn't really want to call it a June favorites, even though it's like a June favorites. The thing is that I want to focus on less goods or consumer things. For example, I'm not going to be talking about makeup products that I've been enjoying in this video. I don't want to really talk about like outfits or trends that I've been enjoying. I just kind of want to talk about the little mundane things that I've been finding and enjoying in my life, or maybe books I have been reading. But that's not to say that I'm not ever going to have a consumer product in any of these videos or series. I kind of just want a space to talk about things in my life that have made it more magic or whimsical or made mundane tasks seem romantic and fun, and things that have enriched my life or just things I've been having fun with. So yeah, the overall goal for these favorites videos is to make them very low budget or low buy, low consume overall. So it's more of like an idea sharing monthly video or cute little things I've been doing that have spiced my life up with some glitter and sparkle and magic and paprika maybe. And these are honestly gonna be kind of like low-key, laid back, talking to a friend. More like a vlog type of video, but I'm just kind of like talking to the camera and sharing what I've been doing this month. So the first thing that might not come to a surprise to anyone that I've just been loving is thrifted nightgowns. I've always been someone who prefers to wear Victorian or old lady nightgowns to bed. Here's a reel I made showing off some of my favorite ones, but I definitely just love popping into a thrift store and getting like a $5 vintage nightgown that like your grandma would wear. And I just feel so cozy and happy waking up and being in like this silky, nice, sexy grandma fit. I don't know. It's just something that makes me feel really good, and it definitely beats the t-shirt to bed combo, which I typically would have done. So I've made sure that I have like a whole drawer in my bedroom dedicated to these vintage nightgowns. So yeah, I don't know, it's just nice to wake up, start my day, make my coffee in something that makes me feel like a beautiful little princess, you know? So another thing, speaking of thrifting, I like to make my own candles, so I like to just buy like the vessel for them or the jar and then just refill it as it's being used. But lately I've been more into buying mugs or like teacups and putting little candles into those. I think they're really cute gift ideas, and I think they have just so much more personality than just like a jar that I usually use. I do have my favorite jar in the living room that I have to refill so frequently because I burn the candle so much, so it's kind of a pain to have to you melt the wax, you make the candle, you add the flavors if you want flavors. I guess scents is the correct word, but yeah, I've really liked doing teacups or mugs lately. They're just so cute and I've loved it. The next thing that I've been doing and loving this month, and I think you should do it too because it's not too late, is my library's adult summer reading program. And I know what you're thinking, that sounds so silly, I'm not a baby anymore, or I can't read 100 books, I'm a busy adult. So most adult summer reading programs in the library are actually not going to be like, read 100 books this summer. They're going to be like logging by time. At least that's what my local library does. So they have little prizes that you win, and it's just really cute and really fun. If you can find a friend to go with you to the library and do the summer reading program with you, I highly recommend doing it. It is just such a fun way to celebrate summer and also celebrate your community. Go to your library. Please go get a library card. Please talk about how much you need your library, how much you love your library, use their resources. They're there for you, they're there for the community. Go to your library. Enroll in the summer reading program if you want, but please just go to the library. I discovered fairy lamps. I discovered fairy lamps and I'm obsessed with them. I love how they look. I love the hand-painted ones. I love all the different kinds. I think they're so special and beautiful, and I think I'm obsessed with fairy lamps. I didn't know fairy lamps existed. Basically what fairy lamps are they're this little jar with a lid on it and a hole at the top that are basically Victorian night lights, and you would put your candle in it and I think surround it with water so it doesn't burn down your house while you're asleep, and have the candle burn and keep light that way. And they're just supposed to be safer because obviously it's not an open flame, it's just put in like a little jar, almost like a little lantern. So cute, I love them. I'm obsessed with mine. According to an article by the Glanmore Historic Site about fairy lamps, they were apparently also used to treat respiratory conditions because I think they'd like put the medicine or maybe the water inside and somehow like heat it, and then the water vapor would go up and they'd like use it like that. I don't know. They're a 19th century treasure and I want to just collect all of them. So that's perfect. Another thing that I want to collect. All right, I would be lying if I didn't say I have been doing Pilates every single morning, and it is because of a YouTuber. So there's this YouTuber named Lily. I do Pilates.
With Google Workspace.
It's an ad. I don't have YouTube Red. I'm not paying for that. I don't watch YouTube enough. This is the girl that I like. Her name's Lily Sabri. Lily Sabri? I don't know. But I spend every morning with this woman. And honestly, Pilates has just been kind of fun. I don't know. The music that she has in the background of her videos just kind of like pushes me. I don't know. So I usually do her like 8-minute summer workout every morning of just straight Pilates, and it's not that hard, but it's just kind of something that it's only 8 minutes and I'm kind of in the routine of doing it now, so I kind of have to do it and I feel weird if I don't do it. But Lily, she makes great videos. So if you want to start doing at-home Pilates workouts, I highly recommend hers. I literally got addicted to hers. I wasn't even trying to do it every day. I think she just has a really cool personality. I don't know how these Pilates instructors, sometimes they're doing really hard moves or moves that you have to like really crunch your abs, and they're just like, all right, everyone, now it's time to lift your leg in the back of your head. And they're just like smiling and doing it effortlessly. Yeah, I highly recommend Lily's videos. They've been a favorite of mine for the past 2 months. All right, the next thing that I have is actually, is infused water. Hear me out. It sounds silly and like I never thought I would like infused water so much, but it's just a nice little luxury and way to treat yourself and show yourself that yes, you can use some strawberries and some infused water. But I went to Zion recently, and at the place we were staying, there was a water infuser with strawberry mint water, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll have some, like it's hot outside. And I took a sip and it was so good. And I was like, I didn't even know infused water could be this good. So what I usually do, and what I've been obsessed with doing, I've probably made it like 5 times since we've gotten back, but it's mint and strawberries, what I typically use. I didn't have mint this time, so I just used strawberry. All you do is you chop up your fruit. It could be any fruit, it can be oranges. I also had an orange one there and it was so good. Chop up your fruit and maybe your herbs, and you just put them in the water and you let it sit for a few hours. And I like to add little ice cubes in mine because it's hot where I live. And it's just so good. It is so good. And it's a nice little luxurious way to treat yourself, especially if you have fruit that's kind of like about to go bad and you don't really want to eat it. You can just throw it in some water and make some infused water. It doesn't have to be a big pitcher like this. It could just be like a cup or something, or maybe a little mason jar, but it's so good and yummy. And I think it looks so cute whenever I have friends over. I like to pour them a little one and like put the little garnished fruit on top, or even just like as a treat for yourself, you know, pour some of the water in, put some little strawberry on the top of the glass, make it fancy, make it like a water mocktail. It's definitely been so refreshing and nice to have. So I want to talk about books now. I've been waiting for this one. I went to Austin, Texas for the CS major recently, and there was the cutest bookstore wine bar, which is like my two favorite things in the world. I love wine, I love books. How relaxing and cozy is that? It was amazing. So while I was there, I went into their poetry section and I found this book called Bluets. It is so good. I'm obsessed. I want to start off by saying I already love poetry. I love poetry. I love like abstract type of writing. I love wordplay. I love weird, unique books and writing styles. I also love books that are like short stories or uniquely broken up in the way that this book is written. It's kind of like a whole story about being in love with the color blue, but it's numbered by verse. It's beautiful, it's lyrical, it's magical. This is one of my favorite books, and it just is exciting to read a book that you know is going to be one of your favorites. So yeah, I don't know, if you want to try something new, I highly recommend checking this out. Aristophanes' Lysistrata. Oh my goodness, my friend gave me this book in college. Hi, if you're watching this, Lily, hello. It is a Greek comedy political satire about a protest that women take to try to get the war to stop. And the way that they do that is by abstaining from sex with their husbands. This book is great and it's actually very funny. There were some parts in it that genuinely made me laugh out loud. As you can see, this is just like so old and used, and but I loved it, and thank you to my long time friend for giving this to me years ago. Also, what a crazy time for me to start reading this. Crazy time in our political sphere here in America. So yeah, it was a good time to read it and I really enjoyed it. Genuinely, there's some rule of thirds in there. It was horny. It was funny. And it was political. I just love women getting naked throwing a protest. So yeah, this was a really fun and light read as well. And yeah, I highly recommend checking it out. Really interesting. For me, it was inspiring. And shout out to my friend, my lovely, beautiful friend Lily that I met in college for giving me this book. It is getting passed down in the sisterhood, and I'm going to give it to another one of my really close friends for her to read. So thank you, Lily. So when I was little, I would go to Home Depot or Lowe's and go to the paint section and just like take the paint samples because I'd like to see the colors. And I think if you're into journaling or junk journaling or any kind of like diary writing, I think it is time to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick up some paint samples to put in your scrapbook, to put in your whatever. So yeah, this is something I did recently, and it just really invites that creativity and childhood wonder and youthful interest back into your life. So you can pick out colors just based on vibes alone, which is what I do. You can pick them up for the name, and maybe the name is something that like you wrote a poem about crimson red and it's called Crimson Red Flame or something, and maybe you can write the poem on your paint sample. It's just really fun. You never know what you're gonna find, and It's just basically free scrapbook paper. I know it's small, but I think it's really aesthetically pleasing once you get it down on your pages. Which might seem a bit silly, but I think it's a really good idea and I think you should let yourself do it. Or just pick out your favorite color of one and maybe write a quote that you really like on it. I think that that is a wonderful and very cute little idea. All right, that was everything that really stood out to me that I was enjoying this month. So for July, I'll definitely keep my notebook in my purse to jot down other things that I have been really loving lately in life that might seem mundane, free, just things that have enriched my experience being a human on this planet. So yeah, thank you for watching, and leave a comment based on what you think, or if you tried any of this stuff, let me know if you liked it, or if you have anything that you've been enjoying in June, or it's just making you feel summery and fun and light. Just let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to read them because one of my favorite things to do is read my comments. Bye.